I have this sourced. Big Ben is massively frustrated with Mike Tomlin. That was the 7th time he has called out the coaching staff. That was the most direct. It's not that he called out Tomlin. It's when he called him out. On his radio show, after he had read or heard Tomlin under attack. Folks, you just don't see this. You do not see Hall of Fame quarterbacks calling out their head coaches regularly. And why is this happening? Because there's 5 or 6 bulletproof coaches in America. You're not going to get them fired. Saban, Belichick, Coach K. You're not going to get them fired. Tomlin's one of them. And Ben, I've got it sourced, isn't happy. And he saw this as a rare opportunity. He's so frustrated with a lack of discipline to pile on. Look at the 7 times he's called him out. Rare opportunities when the fan base is mad at Tomlin. Isn't that when you'd support a coach you like? He sees him as vulnerable. By the way, limited partners are now pushing for a new coach, also concerned about the team's lack of discipline, which is what Ben is telling those close to him. We're not a group of grown-ups. The Patriots are. Listen, man, if you're into somebody, you support them in crisis. If you're not into somebody, you don't. But if you want them out, you go after them at their most vulnerable point. Ben didn't clobber him after the game when he was the most emotional. My belief, he waited to see Tomlin get buried and piled on. If you think Big Ben and Tomlin are all tight and good, no, they are not. That was clear. He saw it as an opportunity that rarely presents itself with the Rooney family to maybe get something done. Probably told it won't, so I imagine now he'll go back to publicly supporting. It never happens in sports where the quarterback, who's a star, calls out the star coach. It doesn't happen 7 times. That just doesn't happen. In American sports history, Larry Bird didn't call out his coach 7 times.
Right.
Okay, Big Ben's called out Tomlin 7 times. On Monday, Mike Tomlin was the most vulnerable he's ever been. Big Ben goes on radio, and I mean pointedly hammers him.
Right.
Did not have to go there on the 4th and 1. Did not have to go there. How bad do you think it is?
Oh, I think that Big Ben looks at this roster and says there's no question we should be playing in the AFC Championship right now with the talent that we have. There's no question that we should have had multiple opportunities. You know, it's funny to me that it's okay to challenge John Gruden and say, hey, John Gruden, you know, when he left the Raiders and got traded to Tampa, he won a world championship with Tony Dungy's guys.
Right.
But, I mean, Mike Tomlin won a championship with Cowher's guys and Cowher's culture. And since then, have I ever told you about my summer where I was a plumber's apprentice?
No.
You know what you need to know? This plumber told me there's only one thing you need to know about being a plumber. Do you have any guesses what that might be?
How to plunge a toilet?
Poop flows downhill.
Ew.
It flows right downhill, right? You've got to have a great angle on the pipes.
Could have done without that story.
Right. Well, but here's the point. Here's the point.
Wait, you were actually plunging during this time?
He's a plumber.
No. I was putting the plumbing in, and you have to have the right slope on the plumbing so everything flows.
Yeah.
Correctly.
Okay.
Poop flows downhill. Think about it. So anyhow, the point being is that this is one of the most immature teams in football.
No question.
And it starts at the top. I mean, when Mike Tomlin is, go back a couple of years ago, tripping the kick returner, right? Sticking his foot out. It goes to
Joey Porter when he was coaching.
Well, but talking about, hey, I can't wait for the rematch, and then Mike Mitchell's talking about we'll go play the New England Patriots. Hey, you still got Jacksonville to play. When Le'Veon Bell was asked a question about his contract, you know what a mature team says? He's like, hey, I'll worry about that after we complete our goals. No, he goes in a full dissertation about I won't play next year if they franchise me and all this. No. I'm not talking about that right now. We're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. That starts at the top.
No.
That's the head coach sets that tone. You're either coaching it or allowing it to happen, and he's allowing it to happen.
I have this theory. I don't know if you were on the show yesterday. Did you hear my theory on Tom Brady? Why? I think you were on Speaking to Yourself.
Yes, I was.
Do you think?
And it was a great theory. Go ahead.
Here's my theory.
Yeah.
That
I love this theory.
Gisele Bundchen's worth $400 million. Brady's worth $200 million. And so the money's flown in, right? Tom Brady, you talk about setting the tone.
Right.
Okay, Kristine makes fun of me because my wife, if I'm ever going to go out on a date, always says in the morning, set the tone.
Well, I think that's
send a heart emoji, send something really nice, set the tone. So Tom Brady doesn't need money. He doesn't need money. Tom Brady every Monday goes on Boston radio EEI. Now, why would he do that? It's 10 grand a pop. Let's say it's 15 grand a pop. He does that to take Belichick's message on Sunday to the masses in Boston and do a radio hit on a wildly powerful station in Boston, which is then used by ESPN, Fox, iHeartRadio. We all replay it. It's setting the tone. There's no reason to do that. Nothing against radio. I love it. Why would you go on a local radio station when you have a net worth combined of $800 million? You are setting the tone for the week. To your point, the coach and the quarterback set the tone. Tomlin is a player wearing a headset. He talks like a second-year NFL player. He talks about the team 4 weeks out. Mm-hmm. So to your point, I think Big Ben's just absolutely, as he ages, frustrated as heck.
Right. I agree with you. I mean, you look at them, the Steelers have not run a quarterback sneak since 2014. Prior to 2014, do you know what Ben Roethlisberger was on converting short yardage situations with the quarterback sneak?
Good.
18 of 19.
And they haven't done one in 4 years.
4th down and 8 inches, let's run a pitch play. Let's run a toss.
By the way, against the defense.
They got a D-line that's great, linebackers that can run like the wind, and corners who are run support guys, right?
Yes.
And then on 4th down and 8 inches, let's run an RPO and have Ben Roethlisberger throw it. Like, that makes you're 6'5", 260. Fall down. First down. I mean, it's one of the easiest plays in the world to execute, too. I mean, I've been there. I've run plenty of them.
Yeah.
Elway
ran them a ton.
A boatload. I mean, we almost 100% conversion rate on short yardage situations running quarterback sneak. It's so simple. And when I get it's a double A gap, so we couldn't run it. Baloney, you can't run it. Yeah. It's all a wedge zone, and your quarterback takes the ball and basically just goes, okay, let me go to the next gap over. First down. It's pretty simple.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.